Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we're the Castros. Happy Monday po sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin today. Bakit?
Ba't ka natawa?
Hinanap ko yung prompter. Nawala.
Mawala ba yung prompter? Ayan yung prompter.
Wow.
Happy Monday nga sa inyong dalawa. Sa inyong dalawa. Sa inyong lahat.
Weekend pa?
Dalawang prompter. Hindi, happy kasi siyempre
Kumusta weekend mo?
nag-celebrate kami ng birthday ni Angel over the weekend.
Talaga?
Nag-celebrate kami ng birthday, tapos siyempre naka-weekend mode pa rin ang akin brain. Pero
back to work na tayo. Back to regular programming. Yes. Kasi nung Friday, nawala tayo saglit, 'di ba? Kasi we gave way para doon
Trump Biden.
Oo, para doon sa coverage natin
debate.
Debate. Mamaya pag-usapan natin.
Oo, it was a very controversial debate.
Yes.
At matayong pa tayong pag-uusapan, that's why sa mga viewers natin, di ba? Join us para makita nyo ano ba ang final top 3 natin.
Ano bang brunch natin today?
Oy, pancake. The OG of breakfast sa mga universal breakfast. Pancake, butter. Kulang na lang bacon. Okay. We're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Ikaw pala.
Oo nga, it's my name. Starting our countdown with our Paris Olympics campaign. Filipino Olympic gymnast Carlos Yulo has joined Team Philippines in their training camp in Metz, France. Now, the Golden Boy arrived in Paris last Saturday night, then headed to Metz to start his one-month training before the Olympics. Aside from Yulo, swimmers Harold Hatch and Kyla Sanchez are also in the training camp now. This is the first time Team Philippines had a training camp for the Olympics in hopes of bringing more gold medals to our country.
Oy, good luck sa mga natin sa lahat ng mga athletes natin. Tapos also ongoing right now yung mga qualifiers sa basketball. Hindi pinapalad lang yung mga under 18 natin mga bata. Pero
Oo, medyo malaki yung lamang sa atin.
Malakas talaga yung kalaban. Pero our women's basketball team, they're doing very well. They won.
Yes.
They've been winning and then mukhang malakas sila. Yan, no? Oo nga, we're gonna talk about that in a while. Pero good luck sa lahat ng mga athletes natin. We're all rooting for you. And let's move on to the next. Okay, still in sports, Gilas Pilipinas fell short against Poland in their tune-up game. Gilas started strong, but miscues in the second period allowed the Polish to bounce back. World number 15 Poland won the match 82-80. Gilas is now heading to Riga, Latvia for their last shot at the Paris Olympics 2024. Meanwhile, Gilas Pilipinas women under 18 dominated the FIBA under 18 Women's Asia Cup Division B tournament. They recently beat Lebanon, marking the Filipinas' 7th straight win. With its promotion to Division A, the Philippines joins Asian powerhouses such as China, Japan, and Australia. Yon. So
you were talking about it earlier.
Yung sa men's naman, that's just a tune-up friendly game. But Poland kasi is world number 15. They have several NBA players there. One player doon si Jeremy Sohan. Ano siya, player ng San Antonio Spurs yan. 6'8", nakalaban ni Kai Soto. So natuwa yung mga fans natin because he held his own.
Yes.
I think he scored 11 or 13 points, 'di ba? And nakikita ng mga basketball pundits na yung Philippines is medyong catching up already with European height. Kasi noon napaka-overwhelmed.
Malayo yung
layo. Halos kasi we have the Kai Soto, we also have
I remember, Kai Soto.
Kyrie Irving.
Sa isang mall, grabe, sobrang laki niya.
Also that, we have Dwight Ramos who's a tall guard. So medyong pumapantay na tayo sa height. Kulang na lang daw ng good system, tsaka continuity, and more shooting. Tapos pwede na tayo sumabay sa European.
Kayang-kaya yan. Kayang-kaya. But going back dun kanina sa Olympics, nagpunta na dun sila Carlos Yulo and other members ng Olympics. Anong tawag natin doon? Yung mga athletes natin doon. It's really important na magkaroon tayo ng home base doon. Diba? Kasi this is going to be the first time na magte-training doon mismo yung ibang mga athletes natin in preparation for the Paris Olympics.
Because
1 month yung training.
Our athletes have to get acclimated to the weather.
Yes.
Iba kasi,
tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging dynamics ngayon after that. Diba?
Kasi noon, ang ginagawa nila, our athletes, if they're going to country na mas malamig sa klima natin, nagte-training sila dati sa Baguio. Because 'di ba mas manipis ang hangin sa Baguio. And if you go to a country na mas malamig, manipis din ang hangin. So medyo yung resistensya nila mas maiksi. So kailangan ma-acclimate
iba
sila.
Yung, parang ang tawag din, iba yung response ng katawan nila. So ngayon,
acclimated to the weather.
So ngayon, 1 month sila doon, may sarili
To
silang
get used
home
to it.
base. So that's really important. Isa yan sa mga bagong gagawin natin today. And
Anyway,
of
good
course, good luck sa ating mga atletang Pilipino. Alright, let's move forward and continue with our countdown. Coming in at 9th spot, the search for missing beauty queen Geneva Lopez continues. The Tarlac police will form a special investigation group for the case. Lopez and her Israeli boyfriend have been reported missing since June 21. Her belongings, including her ID, were discovered in a burnt car in Capas. Lopez joined Mutya ng Pilipinas, Pampanga 2024 as a representative of Santo Tomas. I remember may lumabas na video na merong nag-report na may nasusunog nga na kotse. Tapos live niya pang na-capture yung sunog. Tapos yun na pala yung yun na pala yung hinahanap nila na kotse nga na ginamit or pagmamay-ari nga nitong
Kinakabahan ako ganyan pag sunog kasi usually yung mga kriminal pag nagsusunog na they're cleaning up evidence so para hindi matrace back sa kanila.
Actually nga nitong I was reading about it. Nito lang over the weekend nagkaroon na meron ng reward. A reward is now being offered doon nga sa makapagbibigay ng any information regarding itong pagkawala nung magkasintahan. Diba? Tapos meron 250,000 yung kanilang binibigay na reward kung sino man makapagbibigay ng information.
Parang yung brother ata ng Israeli was saying na wala naman silang shady deals, wala naman silang, yung brother niya wala naman daw nakakaaway, di ba? Wala tatino-off, wala naman daw nakwento sa kanyang may nakakaalitan masyado. Diba?
They were supposed to go to a property in Capas kasi parang may tinitignan sila
may
doon.
broker silang kasama ata.
Hindi ko alam kung may broker or may meet.
May meet sila.
Pero they were supposed to buy kasi nga a property there. Yun yung huling information tungkol sa
kanila. Kaya mag-ingat, di ba?
Pero parang meron ako nababasa pero I have yet to confirm that. Hindi ko pa masyado alam. Na parang may nagsasabi na parang friend ni girl na dati din daw parang niyayaya siya umalis nito ng boyfriend, ganyan-ganyan. So I have yet to confirm that. I have to double-check the information regarding.
Kaya nga, if you're going to make transactions to buy a car or a house, don't bring cash daw. Bring a manager's check. Oo. Kasi
baka may nakatunog na may dala silang pera.
Sana kung hindi mo kilala yung kausap mo at may cash ka, baka magdilim ang paningin ng mga kausap mo kung hindi mo kilala, di ba? Kaya nga ang style dyan, bring a manager's check. Pag clear na ang transaction, di ba, it's either pwede nyo in-cash nearest bank sa loob ng bangko para safe kayo or mag-online kayo.
Hopefully, di ba, makakuha pa tayo ng iba pang impormasyon at mahanap na nga itong dalawa. Kasi June 21 when it was reported that they are missing. Alright, let's continue with our countdown.
Resting at the 8th spot is the Sofitel Hotel. The landmark hotel in Pasay officially shut down yesterday after 46 years. The hotel bid farewell and thanked their guests for staying and creating memories with them. Guests also flocked to the famous Spiral Buffet restaurant to taste their food for the last time. Sofitel's manager, Accor, announced the hotel's permanent closure in May due to safety concerns. But despite the closure, Accor is still facing issues from their former employees. The National Union of Workers in Hotel, Restaurant, and Allied Industries called out Accor for the alleged unjust termination of Sofitel's employees due to the closure. Kasi yung grupo na yan are saying ginamit nyo lang safety concern para makawala kayo sa responsibility nyo of retiring employees.
Everybody,
kasi di ba parang
there are
emergency termination ang dito instead of i-retire mo na lang
may mga usap-usapan na meron daw another hotel will soon rise in that very same spot. And then they're open to hire people from Sofitel's line of employees.
Yeah, oo.
Pero parang parang kumbaga mag-apply ulit sila. Wala nang tenure doon.
Tenure is not counted anymore.
Yes,
So yung years of service mo, hindi nila binibilang. Kawawa naman sila kasi kung may pa-retire na sana, tapos na-cut short yung retirement, tapos mag-a-apply ka ulit, medyo may edad ka na. Diba?
Oo.
Sayang yung continuation of your employment service na hahaba sana yung benefits na makukuha mo. Hindi mo na makukuha. Ang Sofitel first started out before, anabutan ko yan Philippine Plaza. Philippine Plaza Hotel, naalala ko yan.
If I'm not mistaken, dyan nagkita yung mommy ko tsaka daddy ko, nag-meet.
Philippine Doon ang mga...
Hindi, Manila Pen pala. Mali ako.
Nung high school ako, doon ang mga ginagawa ang mga prom.
Doon na talaga...
Yung prom ng school namin doon ginawa.
Kaya nga, ang dami
Philippine
talagang
Plaza
nalungkot and they tried, diba, to go there, mag-book para nga kahit papano ma-experience pa rin nila yung last hura sa Sofitel. I love their cheese room.
When I tried booking also, pero syempre titignan ko kasi yung prices tumataas kasi yung demand tumataas. Makikita mo yung mga tao parang nagagalit, parang dahil kung pasara na, yung quality daw bumababa because dumadami yung tao. Pero yung spirals kasi, di ba, 44 to 46 years in service sila. Have one of the biggest selections. Diba? So, cheese room, bread room, wine room. They have Japanese all the way to Italian, to, di ba, to Filipino, Indian.
Saka sikat sila dun sa Sunset View. Pero recently, hindi na di ba? Kasi meron ng may structure na nako-cover yung Sunset View na yun.
O, tsaka reclaimed area yung...
Yes. Yun ang nila, yun ang pinaka-reason nila.
Pero reclaimed... Totoo naman, reclaimed area yon. Pero kung yan ang ginagamit nilang dahilan, hindi man ako engineer or safety expert. Hindi ko alam.
Yung kasama natin, si Jovi Francisco was able to...
Ay, Jovi, Nag-spiral si Jovi for the last time.
Oo, last hura niya for
Ang last hura namin...
Ang dami kasing ang daming nalungkot talaga.
Yung last spirals natin, I think, was 2013.
Tagal pa?
2013,
Grabe naman.
2012. Yung kumain, Oo, bakit?
Tagal naman nun. Okay, sige, let's continue with our countdown. U.S. President Joe Biden's performance against former President Donald Trump in the first 2024 presidential debate has led some Democrats to call for a new nominee. Here's the report.
Primaries have been held. Delegates committed. President Joe Biden is the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party. Short of a true health crisis, about the only way he loses that slot is if he agrees to step aside. His stumbling debate performance against former President Donald Trump, however, has fueled calls for him to do just that.
On the total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
But even then, the process of replacing him would be full of uncertainty. Democrats could work it out at their convention in August, the way political parties used to. Various names would be put forward, and most likely the more than 3,900 delegates from across the country would discuss, debate, and eventually decide on a new candidate. Almost all of them right now are currently pledged to Biden and approved by his campaign. But if they can't agree, if it gets really nasty and grinds on, well, then maybe the additional 700 superdelegates, deep-seated party insiders and elected officials, could be key to settling the matter. They normally can't vote on the first ballot for president if it would change the nomination, but they can vote on subsequent ballots. But that scenario raises questions too. Would voters who took part in primaries feel pushed aside and alienated from the party if a new nominee was chosen? Would a new choice be able to mount an effective campaign in the roughly 10 weeks from the end of the convention until Election Day? And who would be the choice? There are several big names that could likely be considered, but not until the party decides how it feels about Vice President Kamala Harris. Plenty of Democratic voters and party leaders would see her as the natural heir to the nomination, and if she is not chosen, her disappointed supporters could also become a deep problem for the party in November. For now, Biden's advisors and other top Democrats are pushing back on the whole idea of him dropping out, and according to his team, the president is still looking forward to a rematch with Trump at the next debate in September.
Yan ang naging debate nung Friday. Yun nga yung naging coverage dito ng One News. That's why we gave way, diba? Nawala itong programa natin nung Friday to give way nga dun sa naging debate ni Trump and of course ni Biden. A lot were, sabi nila, was not surprised. They were not surprised with the way it turned out.
But they were expecting man lang na may konting redemption kasi si Biden sana over
kasi,
Trump.
Sabi nga nila, di ba, si Biden was what, how many years older than Trump? Mga
78 ba si Biden? 80?
basta few years older lang siya, but he came parang 30 years older than Trump daw at that time. So a lot of people were actually not surprised, sabi nila, doon sa mangyari. Kasi nga, alam na nila, di ba, from previous mga videos of Biden, na talagang may mga sabaw moments na siya. If we can say that term here, no? May mga, anong tawag doon? Minsan nakaano siya? Nagahang siya. So he had a chance daw to counter sana Trump like he did before. But nasayang nga.
Standardly kasi, ang sitting US President is
3 years, si Biden older than Trump.
3 years. Is the presumptive candidate for the election.
Yeah.
Usually, like when Biden won against Trump, Trump was the incumbent.
Yes.
And then siya ang presumptive Republican. So, natalo siya. But sinasabi dito kasi, meron yung tinatawag yung super votes, di ba, na although presumptively he is the standard bearer already for the Democrats, they could still replace him if may lalabas yung mga super votes na yun to remove him as yung candidate if he doesn't step down, if the Democrats want to do that. Because if the next debate, it shows that Biden still cannot cope. Diba? Kasi yung questions of capacity to lead niya, medyo mababa na. Diba? Ang question nga ng iba si Kamala Harris is the sitting vice president. What if they elevate her to run for the presidency?
They have to check her numbers muna.
They have to check her numbers. But I would surmise na mataas ang magiging number niya because take note, hindi pa nanalo ang isang female sa president. Hillary almost won lost against Trump plus African American descent, diba? So that's really
history in the
making, and she's already proven to be competent.
Kaya nga sabi nila some analysts would say nga daw baka daw pwede daw mag-step aside na lang si Biden after the debate, 'di ba? Kasi parang it's really not, I mean, to be honest, even yung mga pro-Biden, yung mga supporters ng Democrats ay nagsasabi na medyo hindi nga naging okay yung kanyang naging performance, no? Although yung strong points niya during the debate came in late na.
Ayan,
diba?
Tingnan mo yung numbers, 2/3 of registered voters who watch debate say Trump beat Biden. Ayan, mataas, malayo. Oo. Historically naman, even if you lose a debate, hindi naman masyadong detrimental sa isang candidate. Ang problema kasi dito,
magkakaroon ka ng swing voters.
Then, na-highlight ang incompetence ni Biden. So even if you're a Democrat voter, if you're a blue voter, matatakot ka to have somebody like that.
Or you'll have doubts.
You'll be scared. You'll be scared to have somebody like that.
Kaya nga sabi nila, Trump was able to be Trump at that day, kaya it's no news already. Hindi na bago yun.
Ano naman siya?
Diba? Kaya lang na-highlight ito si Biden because he wasn't like that before. Alam naman natin, diba? Maganda naman yung naging performance niya before yung debate nila.
Tsaka maganda daw yung ginawa ni Trump. Although he was Trump, he toned down a little so he didn't come off as somebody na pumapatol sa isang somebody na may problema sa pag-iisip. He was a little gentler, not gentle, but a little toned down daw. Parang, was this a tactic?
But he had a lot of lies, sabi nila. Kung i-base daw sa fact-checking yung mga sinabi niya, like yung sa economy, and also yung he was asked about the immigrants, climate change, yung kanyang participation doon sa nangyari sa yung US Capitol nung January 6, 2021.
Hindi man proven siya doon eh. It's still ano na.
Tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari nito.
Mahaba pa yan. We'll see, but definitely we'll see baka a change in the candidacy of President Joe Biden if he doesn't improve. Although he still has the numbers, pero yung improve in next debate, if ever.
Kung nga-attend sila ngayon ng debate, tignan natin, di ba? But coming up, where is Pastor Apollo Quiboloy? Apparently, former President Rodrigo Duterte knows the answer.
Ito naman another hot issue. The camp of Alice Guo says the suspended mayor has not flown out of the country amid controversies.
We are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning! You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Siyempre, bago tayo magbalita, batiin muna natin
Our
yung lahat ng
friends
nanonood
from-
sa atin. Padami sila ng padami at kailangan
natin
natin
to.
sila batiin. Dito muna sa YouTube, si Gary ko, si Alex Fuentes, yan, lagi nanonood
Si
sa
Alex
atin.
Fuentes na sa Facebook din
Aba, dalawa siya.
Dalawa siya.
Si Tita Esther Abaya. Ayan, good morning,
Hi,
Tita
Tita Esther.
And of course, yung kanya mga senior group, di ba, na nanonood din sa atin. Si Susan Scapula, Dory Solmoro, ST De Leon, Early Tope, Josie Villaflor, Nilda Sotelo, Erlinda Fandino, Mila Isles, at saka of course si Esther Abaya.
Baka yung
Thank you
senior
so
group
much.
na nanonood sa atin, sana wag kayo mag-share ng isang phone. Para mas madami tayo. Hindi, pero meron pa tayo, our friends from, of course, our family, dyan, si Mendez Salon. Hindi ko na mabasa.
Ako
Pakibasa
na.
naman, please.
Sige, si Mina Benyales, of course, si si Miss Rhea, Angie, Dion, Diego, Che, Maricel, Jen, Roda, Devi, Mel, Edison, Marvin, Mina, and John Rick. Yan. Thank you so much to our family from
Hindi Diego ako yun, ibang Diego
Ibang
yun.
Diego yun.
Oo. And Sam Pokemon Go, good morning daw. Happy 1st of July. Migs Ebron, Mer Abad, I'm back, sabi ni Mer. and Cecil Samaniego. Good morning
Si
sa
Ralph
inyo lahat.
Domingo, lagi na
Ralph
sa atin
Domingo, good
yan.
morning.
Si Sam Pokemon Go at saka si Gary Field.
Okay, madami pa tayo pag-usapan. Let's go.
Oo, thank you so much for watching us. At ito na po, let's continue with our countdown. Coming at the 7th spot is the fire in Zamboanga City. 5 people were killed in an explosion of pyrotechnic devices at a warehouse in Zamboanga City over the weekend. The victims include a 4-year-old boy and his parents who are employees of the factory. 38 other individuals sustained injuries from the explosion. The fire caused by the explosion reached a second alarm at around 4 p.m. and was declared under control at around 5:30 in the afternoon. The estimated cost of damage is pegged at 62.5 million pesos. Authorities are still investigating into the cause of the explosion. Oh, nakita ko yung
Nagulat
sa
ako
news
dyan,
yan eh. Yung mga kapitbahay, actually, hindi ko alam kung ilang kilometro sila layo doon kung saan nangyari yung pagsabog. Pati yung bahay nila, yung wall, natanggal yung aircon nila dahil sa sobrang lakas talaga.
Ano,
ng
62 million, nagulat ako. Malaki yun.
Malaki yun.
Oh,
And
kasi
plus, go.
parang yun ang cost sa mga small typhoons na tumatama eh. Sa isang area lang, 62 million. Pero ito, isang warehouse lang ba ito nang pinagsinumulan?
Warehouse at saka parang baka nasa residential area to.
Malaking damage to ha. Ito, pyrotechnic warehouse. Pyrotechnic. So
Oo
ano to?
nga. Mga paputok.
Oo nga, hindi nga. Hindi ko na, warehouse na kasi narinig ko.
Paputok yan, mga paputok siya. Kaya nga
Oo.
sinasabi ko, nasa residential area kasi maraming mga nakatira. Ngayon, ang tanong na naman dyan, eto na naman tayo sa local government unit.
Oo.
Sinabi nung mayor, hindi daw, eto pa yung according sa initial reports na hindi pa niya alam kung bakit merong
Pyrotechnic.
may warehouse doon ng mga paputok. Yun ay initial investigation pa lang. Check pa lang nila. 'Di ba? Bakit merong ganoon? Ganon kadami yung mga paputok.
Pero usually-
Tapos may mga bata sa loob kasi may namatay oh.
Pero usually
Bata.
kasi pag pyrotechnic ang ginagamit, usually ano yan eh, yung legal fireworks, mga pailaw lang yan eh.
Yes,
Oo.
pero yun nga sabi nila, hindi daw nila alam
Hindi
na
nila
meron
alam.
palang warehouse doon. So may mga investigation pang
Lagi
mangyayari.
naman ganun pag nangyayari.
Yun nga, ito na naman tayo sa Zamboanga yan. So, di ba yung sinabi ko, nga 4-year-old boy, bakit merong bata dun sa loob ng warehouse?
Sinamahan
Mga
siguro yung
paputok?
magulang niya.
Oo.
Mag-work.
62.5 million ang damage.
Nakatira sila doon sa bodega.
Oh, yun na. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko, bakit, di ba? It's not, kumbaga, sa ano palang fire safety, ano yung hazard, ano? Yung tawag na yung mga permit na yun, dapat walang ganun dun eh.
Yung tatay daw ay caretaker, yung nanay isang trabahador, so yung bata doon nakatira.
Bawal pa. Ako, for me, parang bawal pa din yun
Usually,
Kung
pag
kukuha ka
workplace-
ng permit na sa mga ganyan, di ba? Hindi po pwedeng tirahan yan, lalo na kung may bata. Safety. Di ba?
Ayun, hindi nila alam.
So hopefully, may makausap tayo from LGU from there para mas mabigyan tayo ng linaw. Kasi at this point in time, as a parent, di ba? Parang ang hirap din naman na yung anak mo nandun nakatira. But hindi natin alam din yung situation. But as kung technicalities o yung proseso yung pag-uusapan natin, ano ba yung proseso dyan? 'Di ba? Anong permit yung binigay sa kanila? Dapat ba within within residential area ba tong mga itong warehouse na to ng paputok, etc. Bakit?
Hindi. Nakalungkot lang.
Hindi, nakakalungkot naman talaga, 'di
Okay,
ba?
let's move on. Coming hot at the 6th spot is the ongoing Teves saga. Expelled lawmaker Arnie Teves is expected to return to the country next month. The Justice Department announced this after the Timor-Leste court granted their extradition request against Teves. Teves' legal camp said that the DOJ should not celebrate yet because they will appeal the decision. But DOJ said that even if they exhaust the 30-day window for the appeal, Teves is still expected to fly back to the Philippines on the last week of July. This month. Oo, this month po mapapauwi, not next month. Kasi July 1 na. Okay.
Yun. So, abangan natin yan kung ano yung magiging, ang tawag dito, action nga ng kampo ni Teves kasi sabi nga nila, wag muna mag-celebrate dahil meron pa silang, well, that's due process kung gusto nila mag-appeal, pero tingnan natin kung ano yung mangyayari kasi final na rin yung decision and talagang inaabangan siya ng DOJ and the rest of yung mga nagpa-file ng mga alleged crimes against him ay inaabangan talaga siya dito
Asawa
mapapit.
ni former
Degamo.
Governor Degamo wants him to see justice. Higpitan na lang yung security dito dahil nagreklamo si Teves kaya ayaw daw niya humarap because may mga banta sa buhay niya. So expect a very tight security upon his arrival. Oo.
Okay, sige, let's continue with our countdown. Moving over now to our top 5. 2 Filipino fishermen were injured after their boat caught fire on Saturday. The Philippine Coast Guard says their personnel on board BRP Sindangan launched a rescue operation for 8 fishermen. Chinese Coast Guard attempted to block them but eventually let them pass and offered assistance. According to their initial investigation, the engine of the boat exploded.
Nung nalaman nila yung rescue mission, ay they even offered help na magbaba ng kanilang mga rescue personnel. Pero siyempre, tayo na ang nag-rescue at alam naman na ng mga kababayan natin na nandun na yung Philippine Coast Guard.
Offer naman pala ng help
Offer ng
eh.
help. Pero kasi meron lang parang feeling ko may disconnect lang dun sa messaging na yan.
Kinikwento mo kanina.
Oo, kinakwento. Kasi sinabi nga nito ni PCG spokesperson Arman Balillo, they were blocked, but eventually they offered help. Pero according naman to PCG spokesperson on the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, yes, they were blocked, they offered help, pero yung blocking incident na yun, parang it took them 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Critical hours pa yan.
Diba? Para mapayagan sila na makapag-rescue kaagad doon sa fisherman natin na nasunog nga because of the explosion.
And we were blocked in our own territory.
Yeah.
Oo,
Tsaka
so-
allow? I mean, allow? The word allow, diba? Parang, ewan ko na lang.
And
Pero
sila
diba,
pa ang-
1 to 2 hours bago ka na-rescue?
Ang nakaano kasi yung Coast Guard natin pa ang laging nagre-reiterate in interviews na sana yung media, laging gano'n, sana media will not anymore distort yung line of communication, di ba? One voice lang dapat. Pero the way yung 2 spokespersons natin are talking, hindi connected ang messaging nila like you were saying.
Diba? At
The
the
other
end of
one,
the
si
day-
Tariela, si spokesperson Tariela was saying nga, di ba? Medyong galit siya nung una.
Yes.
Pero si paalan niya?
Arman Balillo.
Arman Balillo was saying otherwise, tinulungan pa tayo.
Tinulungan.
Parang,
Ano
thank
ba
you.
talaga yung nangyari?
Thank you kung tinulungan tayo, pero hindi utang na loob yun because that is our area.
Oo, hindi, tsaka dapat hindi rin nabablock kung kailangan, lalo na in
1 hour,
emergency
oo.
situations like this. Diba? Dapat talaga mabilis yung pagresponde. Dahil nga, what if kung ano pang mas mangyari?
1.5
dun sa
hour daw ang
ay, sa
pag-block, di ba?
fishermen.
1.5 hour ang paghaba.
1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh, that's very critical especially buti wala nangyari sa kanilang further na masama. Pero kung
Kung nasa hospital na ngayon, yung
but-
2 fishermen,
but I'm
especially
saying,
yung mas nasunog dahil dun sa pagsabog.
pero pag mas critical ka pa kasi nangyayari tapos harangan mo na 1.5 hour, kunyari sinking boat na natawar or may nalulunod na that's very dangerous.
Exactly. So, well, I don't know. Pero yun nga, yung bangka nung itong mga
Yeah.
fishermen na to, na parang almost nalubog na di ba?
Yeah.
Kahapon, nakita ko sa balita, ay hinihila na siya going to Subic.
Being towed to SBMA.
Oo. So, initial investigation, ang sabi nila, faulty wiring ng makina kaya sumabog. Linawin natin, hindi naman to kasalanan ng China.
Hindi.
It was
Accident
an
yun.
accident.
Accident.
Kaya lang nga, yung pag-rescue sa kanila ng PCG, kasi within the area, yung PCG, di ba, may naka-station sa kanila, tumawag ng tulong, ay na-block pa ng mga
Yun ang
CCG
issue.
tsaka
Yun po ang
PLA.
issue natin.
Oo. So, bakit na-block sila ng 1.5 hours to 2 hours bago sila payagan? And then, eventually, they offered help nga daw.
Yeah.
Pero tinanggihan na sila because PCG is there already. Diba? So, yun yung pinaka-summary na nangyari dyan.
Alright.
Bajo de Masinloc. Few nautical miles from Bajo de Masinloc. Alright, let's continue with our countdown.
Sizzling at the 4th spot is the office of the Vice President. Vice President Sara Duterte said her office did not request for confidential funds for next year. She said this during an ambush interview in Cebu City over the weekend. Recall that Duterte faced backlash for spending 125 million pesos of confidential funds in 2022 in just 11 days. She eventually dropped her request for 650 million pesos in confidential funds from the 2024 national budget. Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos admitted that he was having a hard time picking for Duterte's successor as the education chief. The president said he has a pool of highly qualified candidates for the next education secretary. Marcos gave himself an extension in appointing the education department's new head. Yun, yung confidential funds yung pinagsimula ng ano yan eh.
Oo,
ng rift.
dyan talaga yung
mabilis.
nag-umpisa. Kasi di ba, for context lang dun sa mga nanonood sa atin, pang refresher course lang natin, di ba? Yung sa Congress, hihingi nga ng confidential fund kasi nga, itong si Vice President Sara Duterte, mga ilang milyon yung hinihingi niya at that time, I forgot na.
Malaki-laki.
Malaki-laki yun
In
eh.
11, yung last confidential fund na pinag-uusapan, 11 days na ubos. Yun ang, I mean, yung amount daw would have been okay, pero not to be spent in 11 days. Yun ang naging issue nila.
Ito, Duterte had been under fire over the confidential funds issue, especially after it was learned that the Office of the President transferred 125 million in confidential
Yes.
funds to the OVP in 2022.
O, yun ang naging issue. And after that, nung nagkaharangan na sa Congress, ayan na, sunod-sunod. Tambaloslos issue, tapos nagsagutan na sa mga rally, ayun. Ngayon, nag-resign siya from...
Nagtampo na siya.
Nagtampo siya, nag-resign siya
Wala
from
na kami
DepEd.
confidential fund. Ayaw na namin.
Not only diba, nag-resign ka sa DepEd, wala ka ng confidential fund. Pero ang critical dito position kasi DepEd is one of the most important departments.
Of course.
Sino ang papalit? Madami nagsasabi, let's get from within because alam na yung pasikot-sikot. But others are also saying, why don't we get somebody na not necessarily an educator, but a good manager of a department or a company para magkaroon tayo ng out-of-the-box idea sa pamamalakad ng education department, di ba? For example...
Sorry. For the 2024 OVP budget, Duterte initially requested 500 million confidential and 150 million confidential funds for OVP and Department of Education. Okay, anyway, so yun.
Yun lang.
Yung sa pamamahala ng DepEd.
Sabi nila na sana magkaroon ng ibang na hindi, not necessarily within the education sector, but kumuha ng somebody who is a good manager. O, di ba? For example, you can put somebody who is familiar in development of property. Bakit? Ang idea daw doon is baka the DepEd secretary will focus on infrastructure. Building,
which is kailangan ng
or
Department
diba?
of
Or
Education.
diba somebody na magaling sa fiscal management para ma-manage ang resources ng DepEd better because you have people naman underneath sa DepEd na magagaling na eh. Mga USEC, mga ASEC, may expertise na yan eh. You just need somebody who will manage them
So kailangan
properly.
ng manager talaga. Tapos kasi iba gusto nila
A good
talaga
manager.
Educator from the academe. Tapos kasi, 'di ba parang 'di ba kunyari sa mga ospital, ganyan, merong doktor na siya talaga yung namamahala, pero may
Yes.
doktor na hindi naman siya yung namamahala. Depende kasi rin sa management skills.
Kasi sometimes a good educator not necessarily a good manager.
Exactly.
Or a good
oo.
manager but
Iba-iba eh. So
but
you really
since-
have to take a look at the qualities. Tapos
Ako okay
sa
ako
isang
doon dahil
tao.
kasi you have people already who are experts in place. All you have to do is manage them and make sure synergistic ang pagtatrabaho nila together.
At saka dapat may puso may puso sa mga teachers din.
At incorruptible.
Yun ang importante. Maraming mga pangalan actually ang mga lumulutang.
Oh, si Congressman Romulo was
pero
one.
yun, that was initially.
Lumutang yun initial.
Lumutang,
Siyempre
oo.
because everybody knows him as an educator.
Yes.
Ever
Hindi,
since
tsaka
advocacy
committee-
niya eh.
Tsaka
Yeah.
committee chair siya ng education sa Congress. So
Oo nga.
malamang daw talaga lulutang yung pangalan niya. Pero when we interviewed him few weeks ago, sabi niya wala pa naman daw lumapit sa kanya. Tapos may mga ibang mga pangalan nga ng mga lumulutang. Meron kang Senator Joel Villanueva, meron kang
TESDA,
Senator
kasi-
because may TESDA experience siya, meron kang Senator Sonny Angara,
Yeah.
dati daddy
Makes sense.
niya.
Daddy niya.
Diba? Education. Tapos, matatapos na rin ata yung term ni Senator Angara, if I'm not mistaken. Who else? Tapos may mga ibang mga nagsasabi, Prospero de Vera, ng
Yeah.
SHED. May ibang nagsasabi si Professor Clarita Carlos. Diba? Yung mga iba-iba.
Pero
Yan yung
sabi
mga
ni-
names sa lumulutang.
Sabi nila siguro kaya wala pa rin until now. Baka kasi from Senate or Congress ang kukunin dahil hinihintay yung filing
ng certificate of candidate.
Sino hindi chismis lang naman. Sino hindi tatakbo from mga nabanggit na mga choices na who are in the upper
Pero
lower house.
October is so far. Dahil
Kaya
July
nga,
19 ang expiration ng resignation ni VP Sara.
kasi ang pwede gawin pwede kayo ni BBBM kasi mag-assign naman ng siya ng ng OIC lang eh.
Mahirap yun.
I mean, di ba, the Agriculture Department had him and then tapos nag-OIC.
Lalo na siya makikriticize dyan.
No, I'm just saying a lot of...
Kasi ayaw ng mga tao din nga ng politicians eh.
Kaya nga, I'm just saying isang lumulutang na idea. Hindi ko sinasabi that's gospel truth.
I'm saying lang din na parang malabo yan. Kasi tagal pa ng certificate of filing ng candidacy, ng COC. October pa yun. Dapat ngayon pa lang meron na talagang natatalaga para yung transition smooth na bago pa siya umalis si Vice President Sara Duterte sa Department of Education.
Talaga siya OIC. Yan naman gawain. Sa PNP, may OIC ka in transition and transitionary. Berhere was an OIC for the DOH.
For DOH.
Oh, diba? Anyway, let's see. Sana maayos na kasi very important.
Kasi sabi niya last week, parang this week niya...
yun. Meron naman pala eh.
Meron. Pero di ba yun nga, yung report natin dyan ngayon, sinabi niya, parang humingi pa siya ng extension. Kasi talagang siguro thorough yung nila, pag-check nila kung sino talagang ilalagay nila. Kasi makikriticize na naman sila eh. Kung sino yung ilalagay nila. Yung politiko ba? From the academe or
Huwag na politiko.
Yan ang ayaw ng iba talaga, politiko.
A good administrator. Who would
Yung papalit ba kay Vice President Sara Duterte as DepEd Secretary ay ibabalik yung mga visual aids ng mga estudyante sa classroom? Naging mainit kasi na issue din yan eh, 'di ba? Na pinatanggal niya lahat ng mga visual aids ng
distracting daw
ng classroom. Yung ibang mga teachers, naging negative yung reactions ng mga teachers because these are teaching aids for them.
Tsaka total ban on cellphone. Ayaw ng mga teacher total kasi they use that to research on campus daw.
Oo. Tsaka yung issue ng mga laptop din, di ba, hindi pa rin yan nare-resolve from the previous administration. Yes. Maraming issues ang bumabalot sa DepEd. So, kailangan magaling yung papalit at walang issue na maibabato. Alright, sige. Punta na tayo sa ating countdown ulit. Nako, bilis ang oras. Top 3 na po tayo. Former President Rodrigo Duterte says he knows where Apollo Quiboloy is hiding. But Duterte noted that he would rather not say where, saying it's a secret. According to Duterte, who is a friend of Quiboloy, the pastor doesn't want to surrender. Quiboloy has standing arrest warrants for sexual and child abuse and human trafficking cases. Nako,
hindi ba obstruction yan of justice?
Obstruction of justice.
Hindering law enforcement agencies from doing
Alam daw niya,
their
and
job
that's on
properly.
national TV, sinabi niya, hindi pala TV, sa online lang ata yun sa SMNI press ko.
But what's interesting is gusto ko marinig na naman ang magiging explanation ng legal advisor niya sa Sal Panelo. Usually kasi
No, that's not what he meant.
naawa na rin ako kay kay Attorney Sal because diba he always
Hindi ganyan kasi ang ibig
yan.
niyang sabihin. He was taken out of context yung sa sinabi niya.
What he
Panoorin
meant
natin
was-
yung buong video.
What he meant was may hinala siya kung saan but he will not say.
There, we have to remember also, si former President Rodrigo Duterte ang itinalagang
Caretaker ng
properties.
ng church, not personal.
Ay, naku.
Tapos,
Yan din yung isa sa mga issues na si Vice President Sara Duterte ay talagang very vocal about it. When you ask her about West Philippine Sea, no comment on that because yan ay hindi ko trabaho. May mga officials and authorities na dapat tumugon dyan. When you ask her about several issues, hindi ko yan trabaho. But when you ask her about Quiboloy, she would comment. Diba? Hindi tama yung ginawa.
I remember even before the
something like
warrant
that.
came out, sabi nila, wala naman warrant eh. Di ba gumagano'n sila?
Search warrant.
Hindi, walang warrant of arrest. Nung wala pang warrant whatsoever, yung issue was in the Senate pa lang or Congress. Wala naman warrant, so ba't siya sa-surrender? Let it be at the proper forum. Ngayon may warrant siya eh. So why doesn't he face his warrant? Napakasimpleng issue. Bakit hindi ka humarap sa warrant mo? Dati sabi niyo harap kayo. And I will reiterate, you're preaching the word of God. Di ba?
Si Diego, iinit
No,
ang
di ba?
ulo niya.
Ang very sa Bible is, di ba, you trust into the leaders who are appointed because chosen ng Diyos yan. And the law may be harsh, but it is the law nonetheless. Ito ba example na siniset mo? na the law is asking you to surrender before them para ma-explain mo yung side mo, pero nagtatago ka. Ito si
Ilang buwan na ba yan since the arrest
But
warrant was served?
I'm telling you, 'di ba, people get what they deserve. Look at si Arnie Teves, nahuli rin. Oh, now we're going to get him back.
Hindi natin alam kung ano siya guilty, di ba? Doon pa rin
No, we're
tayo
just
sa
saying nahuli rin, and now we get to question him, and he gets to face his detractors.
Yes.
And now he
Hindi
can...
naman in hiding si Quiboloy, oh. Di ba sabi ng lawyer niya?
He is hiding.
Sabi niya, it's
Pwede
not
ba?
hiding
If
daw.
he's not hiding, di alam natin kung
Kung
nasaan
alam
siya.
mo daw ang legalities, kung ikaw ay nasa,
I don't need-
pinag-aralan mo ang batas, alam mo, he is not hiding.
So in other words,
Sinabi niya yun.
if I'm looking
Dun
for
sa programang
somebody,
Storycon.
if I'm looking for somebody and I can't find somebody, alamin ko muna yung legality. Baka mali ako. Baka mali ako dahil hindi ko siya makita, so may legality yan. Pero hindi ko pa rin alam kung nasaan siya. But he's not hiding.
He's not hiding. Pero nasan siya? Hinahanap pa ang taong pinaghahanap ng batas at hindi nagpapakita. Anong tawag dun? Don't go away! Because we're not done yet. Ilan pa, Diego? We have 2 more kasama po sa ating countdown. Stay with us.
Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News, and we're going to our final 2. Ano kaya yung mga final 2 natin? Kasi nabanggit na natin si Quiboloy.
Teves.
Diba?
Okay, West Philippine Sea.
West Philippine Sea. Ano ba ang nasa top 2 natin? Dami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Pero before that, I just like to say good morning. Ha?
Tagal?
Hindi, ikaw na lang go.
Go na. Good morning to.
Go na, ikaw na.
Bilis na, wala tayong time.
Sam
We have
Pokemon Go,
interview.
Marvin Chavez. Good morning sa inyo lahat.
Okay, go.
Going straight to our top 2 as the Pogo crackdown continues. Pagcor says a former cabinet lobbied for the permits of illegal hubs. Now, here's the report.
The provincial government of Pampanga has ordered a total crackdown on Pogos. Vice Governor Lilia Pineda says she already provided instructions to Clark Development Corporation.
Sinabihan ko na siya kagad, linisin mo yung, tingnan mo rin yung Clark, baka may natitira pa. Baka may natitira pang may Pogo dyan. Naulian ka na ng malaki, sapat, wala na sanang pangalawa pa.
Pineda adds that they are now working on an ordinance for background checking of foreign locators.
Magkakaroon kami ng oversight na bago tanggapin ng isang locator, ang isang investor, kailangan kami nag-screen kami. Pati yung sino nakapangalan sa korporasyon, ano yung line of business ng kausap ni Mayor.
This comes after the discovery of the biggest Pogo hub in the country in Porac. The so-called Pogo big bosses are reportedly staying in Clark, where a villa was recently raided to locate a certain Wang Ziyang. He was a business partner of now suspended Banban Mayor Alice Go. 3 relatives of Wang were arrested in Clark. PAOK says they may also be connected to Go, but this was denied by the mayor's camp. PAGCOR says a former cabinet official had been lobbying for the licenses of Pogos. The agency says they would reveal the person's identity in the proper forum.
Now, to get more information about this, we have PAGCOR Assistant Vice President for External Communications, June Alano.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning po.
Yes. Let's get right to it. No? Did Pampanga LGU na po ask for coordination regarding their crackdown versus the illegal Pogos?
Yes, we have already been doing our own cleansing against those illegal operators.
You mentioned nga po, no, you guys are already doing your own cleansing ng mga illegal Pogos. Sa ngayon po ba, para mas malinaw po tayo sa ating mga detalye dito sa mga datos natin, ilan po from your investigation yung nakikita po natin ng mga illegal Pogos as of now?
Ang estimate po natin is something around mga 200 to 250 po. Yan po kasi ay nanggaling dun sa data natin. From the previous administration po, meron po tayong overall number ng nabigyan ng Pogo licenses before at saka mga service providers nila at saka mga special BPO. Ang total po noon nasa 298. So ngayon po, yung active licenses natin, yung ng IGLs na po ang tawag natin, Internet Gaming Licenses, meron na lang po tayong 42 na active plus a few service providers na nag-consolidate na po. So yan po yung diferensya. Malaki na po yung nawalang mga from 200 plus na service providers dati ay nasa ano na lang po tayo, ang service providers natin 20 na lang po.
Kailan po tayo nag-start nung internal cleansing natin, sir?
Ito po, under po the present administration, noon pong na-appoint si Chairman Altenco dito sa PAGCOR, nagsimula na po kaagad yung mga reviews. So, and then, noong pong sometime in September last year, lahat po ng existing na Pogo nung araw, inilagay po yan sa probationary status. So, naghigpit na po si PAGCOR. Nag-hire po tayo ng third-party probity checker. So, ito po third-party, hindi po ito taga-PAGCOR, na chinek muna lahat itong mga ano. No, after na-declare po kasing mga probationary lahat yung existing, pinag-reapply po natin sila. So yun po, marami po doon, hindi na po nag-apply kasi alam nila hindi na sila makakapasa. Yung iba naman po nag-apply pa rin, pero na-deny. So ang nangyari nga po, bumaba po talaga yung number ng mga, lalo na po yung mga service providers. Dati ho 231 yan, ngayon 20 na lang po. So 211 mahigit po yung, ang iniisip po natin ngayon, baka nag-underground na yung mga yan.
Ito po bang yung sa Porac tsaka sa Banban, kasama po ba sila dun sa mga nag-re-apply tapos na-deny?
Meron po diyang mga nag-re-apply. Meron po diyang mga nag-re-apply at na-deny.
Opo.
Yung iba po under process nga po. Yun nga po yata yung sinasabi ni Chairman Tenco na nagpapatulong, gustong tumulong ng isang dating cabinet official na magkaroon ng panibagong lisensya, yung mga dati ng may lisensya na hindi nakalusot doon sa probity check natin.
Okay. Pero kailan po ba natin balak, no, as per Sir Tenco, na i-reveal po itong mga cabinet official or ex-cabinet officials na naglalabi nga po dun sa nabanggit ninyo ng mga licenses nitong mga illegal Pogos?
Naghihintay po tayo kung magkaroon po ng formal invitation sa Senate. Open po si Chairman Altenco na mag-appear sa Senate at doon po niya ibahagi yung mga nangyayari dito sa loob ng PAGCOR based on our own investigations, based on the documents that we reviewed. So magkakaroon po ng mas comprehensive na idea yung ating mga mambabatas kung Bakit ba talaga? Bakit ba ang dami dating nabigyan ng lisensya na hindi naman pala karapat-dapat? Yun
Right.
po dapat sana maungkat din eh. Kasi ang dami pong nung nakita natin, talagang hindi dubious po talaga yung mga korporasyon na
Right.
nabigyan ng lisensya nung araw.
Oo. Just to be clear lang po, no, para po malinaw tayo, itong yung illegal pogo na na-raid po sa Porac at saka sa Bamban, yan po yung sinasabi ninyo from your office na merong mga ex-cabinet or ex-cabinet officials po na naglalabi for their permit. Tama po?
Meron pong ilan sa kanila na hindi naman po lahat yan ay may mga connection, pero yung iba po doon ay may mga connection po talaga.
And from which cabinet official po siya? From which administration?
Ang Pogo naman po nagsimula lang po during the past administration eh. Wala po naman pong mga license na Pogo noong panahon ni Pinoy eh.
And dun po sa cleansing, balikan ko lang po dun sa sinabi nyo about cleansing nga po itong mga illegal pogos. Which areas pa po natin tinitignan na may mga illegal pogos? Kasi meron pong nagre-reklamo o nagsasabi dun po sa may Cavite, sa may Island Cove, until now, wala pa daw pong nag-check doon. For instance, yung po ba sa Island Cove, legal po ba itong pogo na ito doon?
Legal po yan. May mga
legal
4 po ang
naman siya.
kumpanya doon na may lisensya. 4 po yung iba-ibang kumpanya po ang nag-ooperate doon na may license po sa PAGCOR.
And which areas po yung are under suspicions po na tinitignan ninyo? Can we divulge that information?
Dumami ho eh. Kung baga, kung saan-saan na nga po nagtakbuhan itong mga dating may lisensya. Nung hindi natin nabigyan ng lisensya, nagkanya-kanya na pong hanggang Visayas po, meron po kaming nababalitang gustong magtayo dyan. So, most likely po, nationwide na po na patago-tago yung mga yan.
Alright, sige. Thank you so much for your time. That's PAGCOR Assistant Vice President for External Communications, June Alano. Thank you so much, sir.
Salamat po.
Marami pa tayong
Mahaba pag-usapan. This is an ongoing saga until such time na maban totally yung mga pogo.
Actually, yung mga senators nga natin, like sila Senator Joel Villanueva,
That's
Senator
yan.
Kiko Pimentel, Senate President Chis Escudero are also saying na pangalanan na, wag na tayong parang mag-blind item dito. 'Di ba? Kasi di naman tayo showbiz, pangalanan na agad. So, eto, from Pogo pa rin ang pag-uusapan natin dahil yan po ang ating top news pa rin. Our top news for today is suspended Bamban Mayor Alice Go. Her camp assured authorities that she is still in the country after the National Bureau of Investigation revealed that her fingerprints are identical with a Chinese national. Identical with a Chinese national. Here's the report.
Authorities have raided 5 villas in a resort in Clark Freeport, Pampanga last week. They received a report that the so-called Pogo big boss named Wang Qiyang is hiding in one of the villas. Wang is also one of the business partners of suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo. Her camp confirmed this information.
Ang kilala niya si Wang Ziyang, yung ang kanyang partner.
Authorities have also arrested Wang's relative, identified as Wang Shuzhen, Wang Zaicheng, and Chen Qianfang. The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOK, surmised that the 3 are high officials in illegal pogos. They also have alleged ties to Guo. However, the suspended mayor's camp denied this.
Hindi mo niya kilala yung mga yan. Ako nga, hindi ko rin kilala yung mga yan. Sino ba?
Guo's legal counsel, attorney Stephen David, also assured authorities that she is still in the Philippines. This is after the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, confirmed that Guo's fingerprint matched with the Chinese national Guo Huaping. Senator Risa Ontiveros said this report confirmed that Guo is a Chinese national who lied about her background in the country. Recall that Guo insisted that she is not from China and she was born and raised in a farm in Bamban. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, is considering filing a criminal case against Guo for allegedly indicating false information in her certificate of candidacy. PAOK also said that Guo might become stateless since China does not allow dual citizenship. Guo's camp said they will answer to NBI's report once this is brought to the court. They also said that Guo is ready to attend the next Senate hearing.
Yun. Kasi sumabog yan over the weekend
Yeah,
yung issue na yan na identical yung, ang tawag dito, yung prints ni Go Huaping ay parehas sa fingerprints ni Mayor Alice Guo.
Tapos, meron pang isang Alice Leal Guo.
Yun, na lumabas
Ibang
NBI.
Ibang mukha.
Pilipino naman.
Pero kanina parang na-interview sa NBI, they're checking to see if yung iba yung mukha, pero magkaiba rin yung fingerprint. Kasi
tingnan
baka daw
natin.
minsan may mga times na nagkaka-issue lang sa picture, nag-jumble up, nagmi-mix up. But kung...
Kasi parehas ng pangalan, parehas ng date of birth.
Yun nga pag parehas pangalan, parehas date of birth, iba ang picture, pero pareho ang fingerprint. Ibig sabihin, may mix up lang sa picture. But if magkaiba din ang fingerprint, magkaiba
That's
din ang
identity,
picture, may nag-identity theft, yan ang magiging issue. Yan ang kailangan na...
Bukas pag-usapan pa natin na mas mahaba. Oo.
Pero last quote na tayo. Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Yun.
Yes.
Quote to start the week. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Thank you for joining us. And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunsad Castro. And he is Angelo Casa III. We are One News.
All sides, all the time.
Good job.